Good afternoon. Happy Monday. We got work to do. Hope you had a great weekend. Hope you're off to a great start for the week. It is just after high noon here, Eastern time in Asheville, North Carolina. Got a beautiful start to the day. Really cool weather like overnight, and it's really taken a long time to warm up. So it's just kind of like nice and comfortable outside today. Kind of feels like an early spring day instead of we're getting kind of later in the spring now. Anyway, welcome in everybody. Hope you had a good weekend. We got a bunch of orders to ship out. eBay, Poshmark, Amazon, chris@peak.com. We're going to ship out everything here on this live. I'm going to show you exactly what sold. I'm going to tell you exactly how much it sold for. I'm going to tell you what I paid for it. I'm going to estimate my profits on all these items. I'll tell you how long they took to sell. So we'll go through all the orders from the weekend. It was an okay weekend after a gangbusters week. It was really a great week for me last week. Basically, Tuesday through Friday was 64 units sold, which is really good. That's 16 a day. And then the weekend, Saturday was 8, Sunday was 10, and today somehow there's already 7 out the door today. So gangbusters starts today. So maybe we'll get back onto that track that we had last week. I mean, it was like last week was 13, 24, 13, 13. So maybe we'll do another 13 again today. We're on pace for it. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you're having a good day. Chemo is in the house. Welcome in. I'd love to hear from you. If you're joining the stream for the first time, we have a lot of new subscribers over on YouTube. So if you're jumping in for the first time, say hello, introduce yourself or not. It's up to you. Josh knows the deal. You're in charge for just a moment. And Josh hit me up before I even asked the question. We'll ship eBay first because Josh says so, but we will ship eBay, Poshmark, Amazon, and chris@peak.com. I almost had a Mercari order. Can you believe it? But it was one of those things where I accepted the offer and the person's payment it had an issue or whatever, their credit card expired or whatever. So I just messaged the person and let them know, like, hey, thanks for your offer, but looks like there's an issue with your payment. Maybe you need to update your credit card. And he was like, oh yeah, it looks like I had my old credit card on there. I'll do that. And that was like 24 hours ago, and he has not done that yet. I feel like that happens on Mercari. For as many sales as I get on Mercari, which is not many, I feel like that happens a lot where the person's like payment method does not work. Boss for just a second. You got it, Josh. I got you. What's up, Blended Oasis? Welcome back. Always good to have you. Absolute Finds is here again. Welcome back. North Carolina in the house. What's up, Randy? Where in NC are you at? Fellow North Carolinian? Almost. Almost. Welcome in, everybody. Say hello if you haven't. We're going to ship out all these orders. The whole purpose of this live is just to be super transparent, to show you exactly what's going on in my full-time reselling business, a business that I've run out of the house for 7 years. It's been full-time for over 5 years. So it's a great place to ask questions. It's a great place to share what's going on with your business as well, too. There are no stupid questions. So go ahead and ask those questions. Chances are you have a question, you want to ask it. But but you're not, and there's like 7 other people in the live that are thinking about that same question. So go ahead and ask the question. I'm happy to answer questions. It's fun. Bring me down rabbit holes. Make me do it. I like it. I heard that if you delete a listing from eBay, you can get banned. Is this true? I'm afraid of cross listing on eBay for this reason. I have never in my whole darn life heard of one single instance of what you're describing a little bit. So I'm not sure where you got that information. I've been selling on eBay a long time. Never heard of it. Good afternoon. And I've been cross-listing on eBay using cross-listing tools since 2021. So what is that, like almost 5 years now? I've been using cross-listing tools, and I've never even heard of somebody say that. Good afternoon. Faith is in the house. Really multitasking today. Watching you listing on eBay and sourcing on whatnot. Faith, you're crushing it over there. I love it. What's up, Nick Smith? How are you, brother? Thanks for that insight on that pair of vintage Levi's jeans. I can always count on you, brother. I appreciate that. 67 degrees on our way to 80 today. A beautiful summer day in Arizona. I feel like your temperatures are probably similar to ours today. I feel like maybe it's more like we're probably like 60 degrees right now on our way to like maybe mid 70s, but we had a crisp morning this morning and I'm here for it. What's up, Ben? How are you? Welcome in. We're going to start with eBay first. Same thing actually happened to me this weekend on Mercari. It's crazy. Like with as few sales as I get on Mercari, it happens all the time. Lexington is in the house. What's up? I was in your neck of the woods just last week and dropped a YouTube video just yesterday. If y'all haven't checked out that YouTube video, don't go and watch it right now, but I linked it in the description of this video. I'll drop it in the chat right here too. But go check out the new YouTube videos out in Greensboro, North Carolina, and had some fun out there. Ate some good food. And did some thrifting, of course. Road trip on the way back from Texas, Tennessee. Grabbed a few Robert Grahams. Nice little Robbie G action out there in Texas. I like it. Hope you're well, Adam. What's up? Happy Monday. JW's in the house. What do you use to cross list? I use Nifty to cross list. I've switched to it in April 2024. So it's been 2 full years since I switched over to Nifty from another cross lister. Literally no looking back. The difference between it and the other leading cross listers are crazy, is crazy. The difference is just wild. It's just such a good product. And it has been so good for our business. I'm going to drop a link down below in the chat that if you want to try it out, Nifty for a full 7 days, free trial, no strings attached free trial. If you want to check it out, I dropped my link for it right down there. And if you do sign up with that link, you'll also get 15% off your first month. Total game changer for my business. We'll talk about it a little bit more as we ship out orders today, but I use it for everything. I use it for their AI listing. I use it for their cross listing. I use it for their automation tools. It also has great analytics built right into the program. The value is insane. And it is so good for my sales. It's also so good for saving me time. So if you want to check it out, that link is there in the chat. If you're watching over on Instagram, I can't drop links in the chat. I can, but you can't click on them. But all you got to do is click on my profile, go to my website. You'll find that same Nifty free trial link if you want to check it out. How goes your selling? Selling's going great. In Thailand, the market is slow. Interesting to hear that. I've had a really good month. Actually, April, I'm up about 5 or 6% as compared to March sales, mostly because I had a really, really good, strong week this last week. So excited about a really strong finish to April. Hopefully, you got 3 days left, 27, 28, 29, 34 days left, 3.5. So I hope we can crush it over here. Hope things are well over in Taiwan. Thanks for jumping in. Morning, Chris. Won't be here long, but your last video both made me happy and disappointing. Both happy because you really went in detail as to why you picked her left behind. Disappointed me because you skipped the bins. Edward, you know this well enough. I hate going to the bins. There is like no joy in my soul whatsoever going into the bins. I feel like you spend a lot of time waiting for new bins to come out, and I got to hear a whole bunch of like college kid gossip, and I just can't. I worked in university for 10 years. I could not handle, I just can't. The college kid t-shirt bro gossip. If you like the bins, that's great. More power to you. Just know that I'm not competing with you in the bins. I'm not going into the bins and taking your stuff. You can have the bins. Every now and again, I'll go. And every time I go, I'm usually pretty disappointed. Just the experience is not it for me. It's just not it. eBay is better or Amazon. What do you suggest? Totally depends. If you do eBay really well, eBay can be a monster. If you do Amazon really well, Amazon can be a monster. So I have no direct suggestion for you. It just depends on what you want to focus on and where you want to put your time and energy. Crystal is in the house. I enjoyed your Greensboro video and learned that we both went to App State. That's right. App State alumni. Go Nears. I spent Saturday in Boone going to several thrift stores. Nothing extra special to report. Going to Hickory soon. Nice. Crystal, if there was a store that you felt like I should go to in Boone, let me know. I think I've been to 2 total thrift stores ever up in Boone. We're due a visit to Boone. I haven't been up in, did I go last year? I don't even think I went last year. I think it's been 2 years since I think it was the summer 2 years ago, the last time I set foot in Boone. So I'm due up there. I'm definitely due up there. Had 47 sales from Friday till now. We'll be busy when I get home. I like it, Adam. You're going to be a shipping fool. The Greensboro bins is always trash anyway. Winston is not too bad. Good to know. Blended. Love the bins with music on. There you go. Damn t-shirt boys are brats. I'd probably, yeah. I don't want to have to get violent. And I feel like that's the other thing. I just get so annoyed by humans there. But that's just me. Everybody likes their different stuff. Let's start shipping some orders, y'all. It's always good to chat with you. Feel free to pull me off my game, slow me down. I like it. I like it. All right, first order. This was a super quick sale, and a lot of you probably wouldn't associate this brand with fast sale, but this sold in less than 24 hours. This is an Orbis, nothing fancy Orbis, by the way, just 100% cotton, just kind of a classic like window pane plaid pattern, men's size large, and sold in less than 24 hours. I got an offer for 17 bucks. I took it. Not a lot of profit here. I paid $5 to sell it for 17, but the quick flip, that's fine. We'll take our little, I'll tell you exactly what the profit is off that. We'll look at like all the eBay fees and whatever, and I'll tell you what we made. So less than 24-hour sale on this Orbis. Not a great item to pick up at scale, especially if you're not like cross-listing, if you're not using automation tools, if you don't have awesome photos. This can be a low sell-through rate item. So I wouldn't go crazy with something like this, just being honest, but I pick it up because I got great photos. I got great listings. I got great keywords in my listings, and I cross list and use automation tools to give me all those advantages in search results. So buyer paid $17 plus $6.95 in shipping. After fees and the shipping label, that leaves me with $13.95. I paid $5, so I made $8.95 in profit off this. Not a lot of profit, but shoot, 24 hours. Now I got my $5 back. I got another $8.95 in profit, so I can go thrifting later today, and I'm for that. Where am I? I didn't print out my eBay shipping labels. I should probably do that. Welcome in, everybody. Hope your weekend sales were good. Mine were okay, but I can't complain. It was a really strong week. Maybe my best week of the year. I don't really measure week to week, so I don't have like an easy way to look up that metric without just sort of adding up each week. But my guess is that was my best week of 2026. So this order is going out to Lee. Thank you, Lee. We got one order out the door. But don't worry, we got a whole bunch more to go. We got eBay, we got Poshmark, we got Amazon, we got some Chris at Peak coffee orders going out the door too. Got a couple of new customers over at chrisatpeak.com. So I'm always excited to ship coffee to some new coffee friends. Is eBay service down? I heard yesterday that people were saying that eBay was down. I didn't experience any issues this morning, but I also didn't do any eBay stuff yesterday. So I'm not sure, but I did hear reports that maybe eBay was down or having troubles. Let me know down below in the chat if you experienced yesterday issues with eBay. I wasn't connected on eBay yesterday. We were out yesterday. We went out and did a hike with our friend Kate. Went by her place, sat by the pool for a little bit, and then what do we do? Oh, we went to our favorite restaurant in Black Mountain after that, and then we came home. That was our story. So I wasn't really plugged in yesterday. We were out doing our thing. Next up, if you did something fun this weekend, I want to hear about it. Got a pair of Wrangler cowboy cuts right here. So the model here is 47MWZ. You can find that model name. It's on the inside of the fly on these. I always look up Wranglers when they have the leather patch and that W sewn on the back. That tends to be a good model. I'm not saying pick up all of them, right? But just look it up by looking at the tag on the inside. So Wrangler cowboy cut, regular fit, medium wash blue jeans, 47MWZ is the model number. And these sold for $24.30. This was on a Nifty best offer. So we talked about Nifty a little bit earlier. It's my cross lister, but it's also, and I use the AI listing tools, but it also has built-in automation tools. So anytime somebody watches an item on eBay or likes an item on Poshmark or Mercari, Nifty waits 10 minutes and then sends a 10% off offer. I can program Nifty to send a 7% offer or a 15% off offer, but I have it set up for 10%. I've been using it that way for years. And so this one sold $24.30. I feel like that was a pretty quick sale because I just picked up these jeans. Just picked these up. Let's see here. 22 days. I thought it was a little quicker than that, but 22 days on those jeans. Those are going out to Nick. I paid $5 for the Wranglers, and they sold for $24.30, plus the buyer paid $8.95 in shipping. I'll tell you exactly what my profit was in just a moment. Welcome in, everybody. Happy Monday. Thoughts on Wrangler's jeans with the plastic-like tag? Adam, I don't know. I would never be. That's nowhere near enough information to give you a suggestion. I would need the model number, like the style number of the pair of jeans. I'm not really sure what jeans you're talking about. I'm not being like dodgy. What's up, Jack? Jack is in the house. I just don't. There's nowhere close to enough information for me to answer that question, Adam. What's up? I'm glad. Thank you. And Jack, I always appreciate you commenting on those videos with vigor. You always make me chuckle when I read your comments. So thanks, brother. I appreciate it. Thanks for enjoying the new Greensboro video over on YouTube. Thoughts on Wrangler jeans? Oh, I already got to that one. Sorry, Adam. There's just not enough information there. Gravity Goods is in the house. Hi, Mike. If Mike is in the house, Gravity Goods says hi. How do you print all your labels at once? It's the eBay bulk shipping. I bet you if you just Googled eBay bulk shipping, it would come up. eBay bulk. We'll try it. Shipping. Yeah, it's my first result, and I just click on that, and it says bulk shipping tool eBay. So just Google eBay bulk shipping. That's how you print out all your shipping labels all at once. Easy cheesy. Nifty is the cross lister. eBay has some connectivity issues lately, had some sales that did not get picked up by Nifty, had to manually delist them from the other platforms this morning. Thanks for mentioning that. I'll have to double check just to make sure that all my sales detection worked. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. If eBay was down at different points in time, then that means that maybe you can't access it the normal way, but that also means that Nifty can't access it through the APIs, right? And maybe there was more API issues than there was even like just accessing through the front door issues. So I'm not sure, but thanks for pointing that out. I'll have to double check to see if my sales from eBay were getting picked up. The good news is I didn't have many sales on eBay yesterday. I actually outsold eBay yesterday on Poshmark. Maybe because eBay was down. I'm just not really sure. Rode down to Oak Island for the weekend. Nice weather. Nice. That sounds like a nice way to spend the weekend. Was yesterday for many folks, but was then working again. Who knows though? It's eBay after all. Hey, any of these platforms, doesn't matter who you are. If you're running a website online and that means you have to use like external vendors to do things like database hosting and different things, you're going to have issues because one of your partners is going to have an issue or something. It's just the way tech goes, unfortunately. My eBay was super slow, couldn't comp at the store, couldn't even review offers without the page timing out. Interesting. Okay. I'm just starting. Which one lists on 4 different sites? eBay, Poshmark, Depop. I use Nifty, Jane. I'm going to drop my link for a free trial down below in the chat right now for you, Jane. So that'll give you a free 7-day trial. And if you like it, if you like the way it impacts your business and speeds up your workflow, then you'll get 15% off your first month too if you decide to sign up. But it is a no strings attached trial. I've been using it for 2 years. It has been a game changer for my business. I finished my listing this morning. At least it's saved as draft. Nice. It was about 1.5 hours ago. It's down again. Okay, interesting. Good to know. Brenda's in the house. Welcome in, Brenda. Welcome in, Brenda. Always good to have you. I had a guy ask me to sell him a $40 shirt for 10 because of shipping costs to Canada to help cover his customs. Yeah, yeah, you're running a charity over there, Faith. Didn't you realize that? It's not a business, it's a charity. You're supposed to help the guy out. Did you hear that the USPS raised shipping rate prices 8% yesterday? I heard that. I did. Yo, GC, how's it going, Bella? Guess who I met there? You guys having a little back and forth. All right, I like it. I like it. Community. Same here. Nifty didn't connect to the. Okay, cool. I'll have to double check mine. Thank you all for pointing that out. So, if you used any cross lister, if you used some sort of cross listing tool, you might want to check to see if your sales were picked up by whatever your cross lister tool is yesterday, because there were some outages with eBay apparently. Amazing, selling clothes and making bids again. So all is well. How have you been? All good, all good. You might also be talking to Jack, so I don't know, but I'm all good too. You're welcome, Jane. Matt, gotcha. Okay, cool. Can you send me the trial link as well? Stephanie, I'll just drop it right here in the chat. It's also in the description of this video, by the way, but I'll just drop it right there too. There it is. And that's my free trial link. If you sign up through that, you'll get that free 7-day trial. You can try out all the features. You can try out the AI listing, the cross listing, the automation tools, even the analytics. And if you have issues like while you're setting things up, anytime you're using a new platform, right? There's a learning curve. Their customer support is great. So just reach out to them. You'll get good help from them. I learned a lot from you. Good morning. Good morning. You're welcome, Stephanie. Sorry to bug you about it. No problem at all. I'm here for it. Is Nifty the top tier cross lister? In my opinion, there's nothing that's even close. Not only is it number one, I don't even know like what I would describe as number two. And I've used 3 of them long term. I've also tried other ones too, but there's really nobody that's particularly close, especially when you talk about the value. What's up, Emma from the UK? Welcome in. Welcome in. Welcome in. Who did I miss here? Who did I miss here? Okay, I think I'm all caught up. Next order is going out to Andrew. We've only got 2 orders out the door. Great sale right here. Love finding these. Pair of Holderness and Bourne pants. Holderness and Bourne is a great golf brand. Golf polos sell well. Shorts sell well. Pants sell really, really well. These sold for a best offer of $38.99, and they are going to Dallas, Texas. I paid $5 at a thrift store. 1 second. Good afternoon. Not bad. Beautiful day, huh? They're just gone, and now here we are. You know I don't want returns. Yeah, you too. I appreciate it. All right, Nicole from the post office is here picking up some of the packages, and we got one return. I told her, I'm like, Nicole, you know I don't want returns. You know I don't want them. Maybe we'll go through that one in a little bit. Returns are nothing to be afraid of. They're just annoying. So $38.99 on these Holderness and Bourne golf pants, and I paid $5. So really great profit on that one. Let's look at the profit. And it was a pretty quick sale too. I had a lot of people that were offering me $30 for these pants. I wasn't feeling that. I wanted more money for them. I had them listed, I think, at $43.99 and accepted the $38.99 offer. So after all fees and shipping, eBay is going to pay me out $30.38 for this pair of Holderness and Bourne pants. And I paid $5, so $25 profit on these. And they took only 9 days to sell. I could have sold these pants like 6 other times if I was willing to accept $30, but I'm like, I know I can get closer to $40. So happy to wait a few extra days to make an extra, $7, $8 or something like that. So these are going to Andrew in Dallas. Thanks for your biz, Andrew. What does your blue sticker say on the bagged items? It says 100 plus fresh items added every week. Thank you. And it has a QR code in my website right on there. All right, next up is an order for Danielle. Got a Collars & Co. And now that you said that, what I'm going to do is I'm going to share I have those exact stickers. It's a thermal sticker, so you'll need a thermal label printer in order to print them out. But here's the link to all of my reselling tools, all the shipping supplies, the clear poly bags, these blue stickers, this desk, everything that I use for content creation, my photo lights, everything. There's like 100 different things that are linked on there. Everything I use for my business and I recommend for other people is linked right there at that link in the chat right now. If you're watching on Instagram, you can't click a link in the chat. All you got to do is go to my profile and click on my website, and you'll find that same recommended reseller supplies list right there. So we got a Collars & Co. I picked up 80 something of these off of a Whatnot seller a couple months ago. Sold this one here for $39.99. Brand new with tags, Collars & Co. Good brands to keep your eye out for, both new and used. Hot brand right now. It is a good year-round seller too. Sells a little bit better in like spring, summer season, especially because a lot of the ones I picked up are short sleeves. So that makes sense. All right, next up is an order for Debbie. Debbie got a Columbia. Y'all know I call these in-season specials, right? This is an item that sells well in the spring and summer, not so well in the fall and the winter, and it brings low margins. So I pick them up typically when it is once we get into the winter season, when I know spring selling season's coming. I also pick them up in the spring. I'll start slowing down on these as we get like into the summertime. But good seller for me right now. These sold for $18.99, which is my full asking price. I paid $5. And this didn't take long to sell. 3 days to sell. 3 days to sell. The model here is Super Tamiami, if you care. Columbia is always a top 5 selling brand in terms of units sold for me. Maybe not always. I've picked them up more in recent years, but the last few years, Columbia has always been in top 5 for me because I find them all the time. And it's one of those brands that just, doesn't go out of style. It's just popular. They sell at a lot of places. People know the brand. There is a lot of competition on this brand for that same reason. But if you take great photos, if you cross list, you have great keywords, and you have automation tools, I think that's an item to pick up. If you're not really like putting out really great quality listings and cross listing and all that stuff, I do think that most Columbia shirts are probably something that you want to avoid. It's just a low sell-through rate item. So you need to crush things in order to be competitive on that. Affiliate links galore. That is correct, Gravity Goods. If you purchase something from the from that link, this one right here, if you purchase something from that link, my list of recommended reseller supplies, we do get a small kickback on some of those links. I might even earn 2 to 4% off of your purchase price on those things. Thanks, that helps support the channel, allows me to devote time to creating content for you and all this stuff. But you still get the same low price. It's not like it's priced up because I'm getting a piece of the action. Amazon gives me a piece of their action. What's up, Tej? On my way to the doctor's appointment, just wanted to say hello. Thanks for saying hi. Hope the appointment goes well. All my best to your fam, Tej. Appreciate you being here, even if it's just for a moment. I'll take it. Most of what you pick up isn't available here. I was excited to find a Peter Millar polo. Nice, good find. I can't believe I'm catching you live. What's up? Is it four US? I can't believe I'm catching you live. Been watching all your videos and learning so much. I was trying to go for higher ROA last year, but realized I need to go back to the bread and butter items. And I love those high return on investment items, the high sell-through rate items. Those are great, but unfortunately, I can't fill the cart with those. I can get a couple of those at most thrift stores. I want to fill that cart, and I need to make a full-time income. So I pick up a lot of those standard bread and butter items, things that just consistently sell that people want, like Columbia, like Levi's, like Wrangler, like Brooks Brothers, like Southern Tide, like Vineyard Vines. I'm just reading off Polo Ralph Lauren. I'm just reading off things that I'm looking at on the ground right there. Anyway, glad that you're learning, and I appreciate the positive vibes. Nice. You're welcome. Do you use eBay shipping labels, or do you use? I use eBay shipping labels. I use Pirate Ship for my coffee business, but I use the eBay shipping labels for everything eBay. What's up, Carolyn? Welcome in. Always good to have you. I understand, and I'm just flicking you. No, there's no problem with that. I think it's important. I like to tell people that. I think people enjoy the idea that it supports the channel. Yeah, I don't think that's a negative thing. Doesn't bother me at all. There's no negativity in my mind that people who are content creators who do a good job at it, invest time, teach people, entertain people, whatever it is, there is no issue in my mind that those people should make money from things like affiliate links, from paid views. You put time, and if you put time into something and you provide value, I feel like people should compensate from it. For you, Susie Q. He was at a sale. I'm like, oh, gotcha. Then he looked back. Gotcha. It looks like you ran into somebody you knew, or like a YouTuber or something. Found a J. Peterman suit. Steaming it now to list. I've never found a J. Peterman suit. Pretty cool find right there. What's the comps looking like on that suit? Frenchie's in the house. What's up, Frenchie, over on IG? How have your sales been? Slow here. I had a great week. Maybe one of my best weeks of the whole year. Maybe it wasn't the best, but I'd say it's like top 3 best week of the year. The weekend was a little slower, but like the weekdays last week were crazy. Like Tuesday through Friday was nuts. Gonna watch Cameron. He's also, geez. How does cross-listing work? How does cross-listing work? If something sells, do you have to take, depending on what cross-lister you use? I'm not going to speak for any other cross-listers. I use Nifty. I've been using it for the last 2 years. When something sells on Nifty, within a minute, Nifty will take it down from your other site. So it has automatic sales detection, and then it does automatic delist. So any of these items that I sold on one platform, I didn't have to go in and delete them from other platforms. Nifty automatically does that for me, which is, if you're like manually cross-listing and manually deleting things, gosh, I can't even imagine the amount of time that you're investing in it, especially for part-timers. I think something like Nifty is great because you have limited time. We all have limited time, but I think a lot of people are like, Nifty's for people who are full-time. I'm like, no, I think it's even better for people who are part-time, who have even more limited time. You're spending time taking care of the kids. You got the job. You got to run the soccer practice, all the stuff. Nifty with that time saver, not to mention the extra sales you're going to get from all the automation tools and stuff. Over 100 and again, I'm going to drop a little bit because you might have just been walking in the door. I have a link for a free trial of Nifty. I'm going to drop that in the chat right there for you. If you try it for 7 days, you like it, you feel like it's impacting your business and your free time in beautiful ways, then you'll get 15% off your first month too. But it's a no commitment free trial right there. And I dropped that link for you in the chat. All you got to do is click the link, sign up, and check it out. Been fun hanging out, but now I got to go to the office now. May work for a little bit if things are slow. I hope you have a slow day, a slow chill day at the office so you can come back and hang. we're going to get, gotcha. Okay, you guys are going back and forth. All right. Next order is for Eric. One of my favorite nicknames for anyone named Eric. You are immediately E-Rock. That becomes your nickname. It's kind of like if your name is Peter, you're immediately Pistol Pete. No matter if I just met you or if I've known you forever, that's your new nickname. This is a pair of J. Crew Oarsman pants. Now, J. Crew Oarsman is known for is a logo that was common in the 90s and early 2000s. And I think even like the 80s too. See how it's got the little dude holding the oar? That's what I'm referring to with oarsman. Now, most of the time when you run into J. Crew Oarsman, it's probably going to be vintage. I ran into one just last week. But this is a brand new pair of pants, like a modern pair of pants. So this is called the Oarsman 770 Straight Fit Tech Oxford pants. It said that all on there's a label inside, so I know that. So these sold for a best offer of $30. I paid $5 at the thrift store. So J. Crew Oarsman. I think what that line is, what am I doing here? I think what that line is it's like an ode, like back to like the Y2K style, like the 90s Y2K, those like wider legs, wider fit, more comfy fits. It's like really, really popular now. So I think a lot of the Oarsman stuff that's coming out is like a throwback to those older models that everybody really wants right now. They want that like Y2K silhouette, if you will. So this is going to Eric. Eric is in Cottonwood Heights, Utah. I know where that is. So $30 on this pair of pants. Nice sale here, $5 thrift store find. My profit on that piece, I'll tell you exactly what it was. Probably low 20s. So eBay's got to pay me out after shipping and fees $23.63. I paid $5, so it'll be $18.63 is my profit on this. Doesn't sound like a lot of money, right? But when you start shipping out 10, 11, 12, 13 items a day, one day last week, 22 items, that really starts to add up, y'all. So don't sleep on some of these like regular everyday brands. If you can learn what sells from common brands like Brooks Brothers, J. Crew, Polo Ralph Lauren, Puma. I'm shipping out a Puma today. Hugo Boss. These are all very common brands. And I have some heat in here too, by the way. I have some like rare finds that sell for a lot of money in here. But most of this is just regular everyday brands, right? Common brands. If you can learn what specifically sells from those common brands, you'll never go hungry. Thank you, Richard French. Frenchie, how's the weather there in Paris, brother? Thank you for the vibes. Thank you. I will try it. Let me know what you think. I'm curious how you like it and how it impacts your business. I don't think you'll be disappointed. Of the people who sign up through our link for the free trial, it's something like 95% of the people then convert and actually sign up and like pay and go on and stay on board with it. It's a really high rate. It's crazy. It's always above 90%, but I think it's usually like around 95, 96%, which is nuts. Because I think like the industry standard for something like that is probably going to be more like 50 or 60% at the most. So the fact that like something like 90% of people are actually deciding like, yeah, I want this. This is good for my business after the trial is crazy. Here's a great brand I love picking up. Brand is called Ferrity. This is a little bit of a different piece from Ferrity. And the tag is even a little bit different on it. You can see it says Cabana Towel Terry right there. And it's got the little sun on it. This is brand new with tags. You can see the retail is $158. And I'll show you, it's got Ferrity on this tag. I'll show you the logo. I picked this up retail clearance. I think my average buy cost on these Ferrity pieces, I bought like maybe 12 or 15 of them, different styles. But anyway, that's the logo right there, Ferrity, $158 shirt. This sold for full asking price, $68.99. It's like a terry cloth shirt, which is hot right now. What am I going to put this on? Put this on. So good profit on this item right here. I probably paid like $22 or $23 for this shirt. And after fees and shipping label, eBay is going to pay me out $53.50, and I paid, we'll say, $23. So I made $30 on this shirt, which I'll take that, especially because I had multi-quantity of this one too. I've already sold maybe one or two of them. So one listing, set the quantity to 3 or 4, whatever it was, and just sell them off. I'd build my whole business around that if I could find enough retail clearance to buy all kinds of multi-quantity. It's just so easy to list. You find 12 units of one item. It's just like all you got to do is take one set of photos, one set of measurements, then fold them all, bag them all, and then as they sell, just ship them out. And you can see how quickly it doesn't take a lot of time to ship this stuff out. So if you have a good system in place, man, I wish I could find more of that. Of course, I'd still do some thrifting because it's fun, but it's just easy. It's easier money because now it's like that one listing. I think I had 4 of that exact unit. So if I make $30 per one on profit, times 4, it's $120 in profit from making one listing and setting the quantity to 4 and just shipping 4 items. It's so easy. I love that game. And I'll even do like lower margins on it just because I know the SKU altogether will make me a bunch of money. Next up is a pair of Brooks Brothers shorts. Super quick sale on these two. These sold in less than 24 hours. You can see it's a seersucker gingham on this. So seersucker weave with a gingham print. And they sold for $19.99. Now, not a great sell-through rate on Brooks Brothers cotton shorts because most of them are going to be solid colors. That's going to be most of your competition. I'm not going to have a lot of competition on a seersucker gingham print. You just aren't. So that's why I was able to sell this one really quickly. I do pick up Brooks Brothers shorts that are just like plain solid khaki color or cream or whatever, brown, tan. And they sell, but I wouldn't expect most of them to sell like inside of 24 hours. So great photos, great keywords, and it's an item that happens to be lower supply. And it's in demand. Like people love that, like that seersucker gingham combination. So it doesn't mean that all Brooks Brothers are going to sell really fast. And I priced it aggressively too. I priced them at $19.99. So out the door, I paid $5 for those at a thrift store. Hey, buddy, what's up, Scott? Appreciate all your comments recently on videos and all that. Appreciate your positive vibes. Thank you. Actually, all those sales, like the big sales days were like, that was like Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Like those days were like really, really busy for me. Over the weekend, it was a little bit slower, but still an okay weekend. Still overall, it was a great week. Don't sell as quickly as they used to. Verity, I would agree with that, although that one sold pretty quickly. Because again, that's not a super common find, right? It's a towel shirt. That took 9 days to sell, and I think that's my second one of that SKU to already sell. So we're talking about 2 in 9 days. So let's just see if that is in fact true. Yeah. And the other one sold in 3 days. So pretty quick seller there. So just saying like a brand is slow, I mean, I'm not disagreeing with you, but you know what I mean? Saying a brand is slow can be dangerous because if you find the right items from brands that have good sell-through rates, not a lot of competition, and happen to be really in style right now, like that terry cloth shirt, then it can be a great seller. But I mean, it doesn't mean that you're wrong. The brand in general has slowed down because they've increased their distribution. So there's just a lot more stuff out there from them. Next up is a Territory Ahead shirt. This one sold in less than 24 hours too. I actually listed 2 Territory Ahead shirts on Saturday, and they were both size medium. This one sold in less than 24 hours on a best offer of $22. And you can see it's got like kind of like an interesting micro check pattern on it. So I reached out to the buyer and I just said like, hey, I listed actually 2 really nice Territory Ahead men's medium shirts just yesterday. You bought one. Here's the link to the other one in case you wanted to check it out. Never heard back from that buyer. Whatever, it was worth a try. It took me like a minute to reach out to him and send him that link, so why not? But anyway, got that one sale going out to Robert in Guilford, Connecticut. Paid $5, sold for $22, plus he's paying $6.95 shipping. So out the door. Thank you, Robert. Do y'all ever do that? Do you reach out to people when they buy stuff from you and see if they want to buy more? those of you who saw my post from earlier, I think it was Saturday I made that post. I was out of town. I was in Greensboro Wednesday. What days was it? Wednesday through Thursday. So I got back late Thursday night and had a bunch of shipping to do on Friday because I just had a crazy 48 hours while I was gone. And I shipped something, what was it, like 20? No, it was like 30 something orders over like 48 hours. It was nuts. And 11 of those orders were one buyer bought 11 Polo Ralph Lauren shirts from me, which is awesome. I love that. And that's on eBay too. I don't often get like big bundles on eBay. That's more common for me on Poshmark, just because bundles are easier on Poshmark, right? The way that they do it. So that buyer had to initially pay like 80 something dollars in shipping because they had to pay $6.95 times 11 shirts, right? And plus tax on top of all that too. So I had to refund that buyer some money. I ended up charging him $20 for the shipping altogether. He reached out in advance and he said, how much would it be for if I bought 11 Polo Ralph Lauren shirts from you? How much would the shipping be? And I said, it'll be about $20. So I'm like, go ahead and purchase whichever shirts that you want, and I'll refund the difference between that and $20. And they did. This is a Robert Graham belt, brand new with tags. I picked these up. I think my average buy cost on these was maybe $13. And I picked up like maybe 8 of them, and I have one left after this. So this one sold for a best offer of $35. Picked these up retail clearance. Some of them were marked down to like $9, and some of them were marked at like $14.95. So maybe my buy cost was more like $11 or $12. But anyway, this one is sold, and I got one left. It took a little while to sell. I wouldn't say that was like the best buy in the world, but man, so easy to list a belt. And so easy to ship a belt too. It's going out to Jana. Jana's in Birmingham, Alabama. Thanks for your order. Welcome in, everybody. Hope you're having a great start to your week. We're shipping orders from the last 48 hours. The last time I shipped was Friday right around noontime. So we got Saturday right around noontime. So we got some sales from them. From those last 48 hours. I got sales on eBay, Poshmark, Amazon, and chrisatpeak.com. Right now we're shipping out. Still got actually a fair amount more eBay to ship out before we switch over to Poshmark. How are your sales this weekend? Love to hear about it. Love to hear like what's ripping out the door for you. What's selling fast? Those were $4.99, but I forgot my seeing glasses, so I didn't even investigate. Oh, I missed some comments here. Ooh, we'll catch up. Storming here today, so working the reselling job. I like it. You get a break from the landscaping. Found a pair of Oakleys at a yard sale this weekend for $5. Sold on Poshmark for $190 same day. Let's go, absolute finds. Used Faraday sell. I sell them. I seen 4 in a row and didn't remember flannel. Yeah, I would have grabbed them. I found an X suit at the thrift yesterday. MSRP shows $4.99, hoping to make some good money on it. Not so many comps, but range around $125 for pre-owned. Nice find. D Mendoza. Is that one of those like new brands where it's really thin, moisture wicking, like kind of like an athleisure suit? Am I thinking of that brand right? X suit. Is that the one I'm thinking of? Or do I got that wrong? If the price is right, buy them, Mike. Plain ones do sell as well. They used to, but at the bins prices, go get them. Just had a Mercari sale. Let's go. If it was larger or bigger for $4.99, I probably would have picked them up. There you go. Good advice. Miss Diane is in the house. Good afternoon to you. Welcome in. I should have checked more. I will next time. Tell me about your flat rate shipping by ounces, pounds again. I know post office is going up. I haven't changed my shipping prices since they've gone up on their prices. I do $6.95 for shirts, $8.95 for jeans and pants and sweaters, and $9.95 for blazers and like heavy jackets. And then for suits, I'll do $12.95. Do you list identical items separately if they are different colors? Depends. Sometimes I'll list them together. Sometimes I'll list them separately. Kind of depends on the sell-through rate and like what the particular item is. But both are the right answer, if that makes sense, Diane. About to start packing up orders again. Anyone else? I can't even open the website on desktop. Sorry that we're running into the issues. I think you're talking about eBay. I didn't have any issues doing any of my shipping labels or anything this morning. Not one issue. But maybe since they had an outage, I'm guessing, yes, I'm hearing from yesterday that maybe you can expect some issues as they kind of like get things buttoned back up. Sometimes just getting tech working again isn't just like flicking a switch or restarting it. Sometimes there's residual issues that take a day or so to work out. So I guess just be patient if you're looking for my advice. If you're not looking for my advice, then that's fine too. Next up is one of the best sales of the weekend. I fill up the cart with just kind of boring brands: Vineyard Vines, Brooks Brothers, Levi's, Wrangler, Polo, Ralph Lauren. But I'm still looking for the high-end stuff too. And this is a great example of just a really, really awesome find. So the brand here is Scully Western Wear. This is, I love the keywords I found. I don't know if I could say the keyword. I guess I can. The keyword is gunfighter. I don't know like what AI picks up on these platforms anymore. You just got to be careful. But really cool pearl snap, embroidered. Like, look at that embroidery. It's got embroideries. Like, I'm going to show you the whole shirt. Oh, I tried to click on it. I wanted to show you like photos of it, but my I don't have access to. Oh, I can go into Nifty though. It should work. My eBay apparently is messing up at right now too. But let me show you this on. Let me show you the photos of it on Poshmark. One moment. Here it is. I think it'll still show it to me. No, but maybe it'll show me if I edit it. Yeah. So I just made a copy of my listing in Poshmark. Sweet. Let's share this. So this will work. Maybe. So this is within Nifty right here. And you can see, look at the embroideries and then look at the smile pockets. Can we zoom in? Look at the smile pockets. Isn't that cool? That's a great keyword, by the way, to use smile pockets. So just awesome, awesome embroidery. And then we can see embroideries down on the sleeves too. Zoom in here. Look at that. Not a cool shirt. Super, super excited to find this one. And I paid $5 for it. And it sold for, wait for it. It sold for $59.99. I think I had it listed for $69.99 and took an offer of $59.99. So Scully is the brand right here. And that's a really fun find. I'm going to tell you exactly how much I made for profit. I can't actually because eBay is down, so I can't look at like all my fees or whatever. But I'd estimate I paid $5. I sold it for 60 plus shipping. So after fees, probably owe like $12 in fees. So that'll bring me down to $48. So I probably made 48 minus 5, $43 on this one right here. So awesome, awesome piece right there. I am not cool enough to wear that shirt right there. I wish I was. What size is it? It's a men's size, a large too. It's my size, but I am just not cool enough to wear that shirt right there. One of the better sales, maybe the best sale of the weekend. And it was a quick sale too, by the way. I picked this up not too long ago. 9 days ago. 9 days, so quick sale. Quick $43 in profit. Plus I got my initial $5 investment back. And we can go to the thrift store and we can buy more stuff and make more money. Flipping, flipping, flipping. eBay is down right now. My goodness gracious. Such a big company to be down. Boy, that's going to cost them a lot of money. Think about every minute that they're down, how much that probably costs them in revenue. That's crazy if you think about it. Hiking, fishing, etc. stuff has been flying the past 3 weeks. I love that. Darlene, welcome in. Good afternoon from Harrisonville, Missouri. Good to have you here. That's awesome. How's the weather down in Harrisonville today? Yeah, X-Suit is one of those athletic, stretchy, moisture wicking material. They mention these are machine washable, so no dry cleaning necessary. That's awesome. My next suit that I'm going to buy, not that I have like a suit to wear to too many things, but the next suit that I'm going to buy will be like one of those suits. I've been looking at the Twillery Air suit. It's like super like breathable, moisture wicking, and you can throw it in the wash. I think I want to buy one of those next. Not that I really need a suit for anything. Yep, access denied for page for me. Bummer. So I am actually tomorrow. I could wear a suit. I'm going to University of North Carolina, Asheville. I was asked to go volunteer to work with. They're doing a bunch of mock interviews with students on campus tomorrow with one class. I don't know what the class is, but so I was asked by the teacher or professor of this class to go and help with mock interviews. So I'm going to go mock interview a student who is really interested in like social media and like video production kind of stuff. So that's going to be the student that they partner with me with, and I'm going to give them a mock interview and give them some feedback, which for me is a very comfortable space to be in. I was a career coach for a decade, did a ton of mock interviews. It was actually teaching interview strategy was one of my favorite workshops to deliver. It was also like one of my favorite types of coaching sessions to do, is coaching people how to interview really well. So this will be really fun for me. It'll scratch an itch of being able to do a little bit of coaching tomorrow. So that'll be fun. But I could wear a suit to that tomorrow. I'll probably wear a blazer and a pair of pants, but I could wear a suit to that if I wanted to, but I don't want to. The suit that I have is like a wool suit, and it's not like comfortable like those stretchy. If I had like that Twillery Air suit or the X suit, I would rock that tomorrow and have it be like, comfortable, breathable, stretchy, and all that stuff. But I'm not going to do it because I don't have one of those. Just happened. It was fine this morning. The waves of technology. Yeah, it'll sort itself out. Don't freak out, people. eBay desktop is down right now, so we're good on the app. We're good on the app, I guess, maybe. eBay just went down again. They're going through it. Goodness gracious. eBay was working for me for 5 minutes, now getting access denied. Bummer. Just got to be patient with these things. Was editing drafts on desktop and they stopped saving my edits. That sucks. No fun. Nice Scully looks familiar. Chemo, you get sneak previews nowadays. You get sneak previews. You earned it though. Oh well, time to take photos. That's right. You got stuff to do. You got stuff to do. Cowboy up. What's up, Darlene? Hi, Chris. All is good. Just wanted to say hello. Welcome in Costanza Shop. I feel like it's been a little while. I hope you're well. You're my Monday morning background music while I'm busy packing. Well, thanks for saying hi. If you've been watching with some regularity, I don't feel like I've seen you in the chat much recently. So it's good to have you back, even just for a moment. Even if I'm just in the background, it's good to have you at Costanza Shop. Margie's in the house. Welcome in. The shirt is dope. Yeehaw. Yeah, great shirt, isn't it? How out of my weekend was selling something that I promoted and was sold without promotion fee. You probably just listed it, right, Mendy? That happens sometimes if it's like a fresh listing. My youngest daughter is getting married in September. I will be buying a Brooks Brothers suit soon. I like it. So you're not going to buy like one of these new sort of like moisture wicking, throw it in the washing machine. It doesn't wrinkle when you travel and put it in your suitcase. You're going to go old school. You're going to go classic with the Brooks Brothers. I respect it. Tornado this morning rotation, but didn't actually come all the way down. Nice now. Well, glad you avoided that. That sounds like no fun. What's up, Salt? Welcome in. Hope you're well, bud. Pants are overrated. Oh my goodness gracious. eBay was charging me more to ship yesterday than the price it was supposed to last night. They raised the prices. Is that what you're talking about? They raised, the USPS raised rates because gas is kind of expensive right now, if you haven't heard. Next up is an order for David. Here's the Southern Tide shirt. I don't really buy this shirt unless it's like, if I found it at the bins, and I was going to pay like $1 or $2 for it, I would buy shirts like this. This Southern Tide. It's like a cotton button-down shirt. Back in the day, like 4 or 5 years ago, this was a good seller. Men's size XL, but nowadays I don't really pick it up. But this one had the Gamecocks logo, USC, right on down in Columbia, South Carolina. I actually picked this up in Charleston, South Carolina. So for $5, I grabbed it with that logo on it because, this is such like a preppy look, and this is such like the spring and summer. Like, yeah, I was going to grab this with that logo. I'm like, somebody on that campus is going to grab this. This is like very in style right now, right? This like Y2K kind of preppy vibe. So this sold for $20 on a best offer, and it took, wait for it, It took 9 days to sell. I paid $5 for this. So not getting rich off this, but I knew that with that logo I could sell. Without the logo, I would have passed on this. It's like a $16, $17 shirt, really crowded market, whatever. But Gamecock's logo, I'm like, that'll go. That'll go. So this one's going. It's one of those logos, your regional, as a reseller, you tend to know your regional schools, like your colleges, right? Because you run into those logos pretty often. So that's why I knew that, like, that one instantly, just because Columbia is only 3 hours down the street where USC is. So that one's out the door, going to David. I wonder where it's going to Holy Hill, South Carolina. I wonder if that's right near Columbia. Let's just check just for fun. Holy Hill, South Carolina. I never heard of that town. It is about halfway between Charleston and Columbia. Let's see, how far is it from USC? It is a 23-hour walk. Why would it give me walking directions? That's crazy. 1 hour and 13-minute drive from Columbia to Holly Hill. So maybe an alumni, maybe a current student. I don't know. But that's out the door for $20. I paid $5. Gamecocks. Next up, great sale right here. This is going out to Jesus. So Jesus bought 3 things overnight while I was sleeping. So this was interesting. Like he sent me a message and he said he wanted to buy 3 things, and he like linked like which 3 things he wanted to buy, and he had like questions about price and combining shipping and all that stuff. But before I woke up, he just went and bought everything. 2 of them one of them was full price, and 2 of them were on Nifty best offers. So he sent me the message on the items. Nifty automatically sent him an offer on 2 of them, and because he like sent me in text, like in a message, what his offer was going to be. So this worked out nice. He got 2 of them for 10% off. He got 1 of them for full price, $44.99. And he just asked me, like his last message was, can you just combine the shipping and refund me the difference on these? And happy to, especially because one of the items was a full price sale on that. So he bought these Polo Ralph Lauren Varick Slim Fit jeans, brand new with tags, retail $125. He bought that for $44.99. It's a great deal for him, right? Like 60% off. He got this pair of vintage Polo Ralph Lauren cargo shorts, really in style right now. Those long inseams, an 11-inch inseam cargo short. A little bit of distressing on it. It is vintage, and $28.79 on a Nifty best offer there. And then these Peter Millar corduroys, Superior Soft Corduroy 5-pocket pant. This sold on a Nifty best offer, $26.10. So nice sale right there. What's that altogether? 45 plus 29 is 64, plus 26 is 80. $90 all in, plus shipping. The shipping label cost me $9.04. He paid more on the shipping. I'm just going to refund him the difference on those. I'm going to throw that in this box here for him. So nice sale there. I don't usually get bundle sales like that on eBay, but this week I had that one that was 11 items, and now this one that was 3 items. So we'll take it. I hope it fits in that box. That was my plan anyway. Probably not the best plan. Oh, it works. Like a glove. So cool sale right there, $90. One buyer. This came in overnight last week. So I had a slower weekend, and I guess I kind of know why, with some eBay outages yesterday. So that's probably part of it, right? But I already have 7 sales today. So yesterday was only, I think yesterday was only 10, which is a little down for me. Yesterday was 10, Saturday was 8. That's a slower weekend for me. But 7 today, maybe we'll have like a gangbusters day, although eBay's down again, so maybe not. I don't know. Only like 25 cents. Everything was correct, but to print the label, it charged me more. Interesting. If anyone having issues with shipping still, you can print the labels on pirate ship. It's a good idea. What's your next city to thrift? Love the location thrifts you've been doing. Next up is Winston-Salem is the next one. And the next one after that, I'm not sure. Sometimes I know and I plan ahead. And sometimes I just wake up and I say, I'm going to go thrifting today. And I tell Kim, I'll be back tomorrow night. I'm heading out. I usually don't have a huge plan. I had the Charleston one planned for a while because we were meeting friends there, and we ended up spending 5 days there. But many of them are just like, well, I'm going to go thrifting today. I'm going to just drive further. I think a lot of y'all might think that like this business over here is very is like really got it all figured out and put together. This is just kind of this is held together by bubble gum, duct tape, popsicle sticks, all those things, just like maybe a lot of your businesses too. Although I'm sure there's some of you out there who have your businesses dialed in a lot better than mine, but mine is, I mean, it's a little bit of duct tape. It's a little bit of bubble gum making this all happen. Popsicle sticks. So that one's going out to David. I didn't even tell you about that. It was a linen Vineyard Vine shirt right there. I just packed it and didn't even show you that. That was weird. So that was a quick sale. That was so 100% linen Vineyard Vines. It took 11 days to sell, and it sold for a best offer of $22.99. I had it listed for $24.99. Got the offer for $22. I took that. Next up is an order for Michael. These are all orders that came in this morning. So Puma shirt right here. This one is one to look out for Puma. I don't buy all Puma golf polos. I will buy some unique patterns sometimes, and this one is unique. But I'm going to show you something else. So you can see real closely on the tag right there. See how it says Puma, and then it has that umbrella right there. That's Arnold Palmer. So that's Puma Arnold Palmer. Whenever you see that umbrella, it'll often have the umbrella like on the chest too. So that's how you'll know. This one is retail $90 is the MSRP, and it's called Tea Time is the model. And you can see it's got like iced tea, like a pitcher of iced tea, a glass of iced tea, lemons. Yeah, so pretty cool pattern. I picked up 4 of these. I think 2 of them have already sold. This one sold on a nifty best offer this morning for 10% off, so $35.10. And this one is another one that I woke up to. So Nifty sent that offer. That was 3 different offers that Nifty sent last night while I was sleeping. And the people accepted the offer. So that's such a beautiful thing. I love that. So that's going on Michael. The extra money that Nifty makes me is crazy because of that kind of stuff. Because that person could have liked the same exact shirt. I'm not the only one that's selling this. They could have liked the same shirt from some other sellers too. And those dudes were sleeping and they didn't have automation tools, so they didn't send an offer right away. Mine sent an offer 10 minutes after they watched the item on eBay, and boom, I got the deal. By the time those people woke up and sent an offer to the watcher, the person had already closed the deal with me. It was done. I'm already shipping it out to them. So that's what's beautiful about that auto offer program from Nifty. Is eBay down again? Yes, I'm hearing that eBay is down again. AI says access denied on my laptop. My husband. Yeah, I would say just be patient with eBay. Sounds like it's down, so it's not the end of the world. It'll be fine. It'll come back. You have issues with Nifty and eBay. eBay is down right now. eBay is down. So if you're using Nifty to list things on eBay, that's probably not going to work because eBay is having issues. Just be patient, y'all. It happens. Take some photos, go thrifting, find something else to do. It'll be okay. Chris at Peak takes over Houston, Texas. I would love that. Houston would be fun. It's a little bit of a bigger investment to go out to Texas. I gotta plan for that a little bit because that's like flights and all that stuff. I did a thrifting trip last weekend to St. Louis, 3.5 hours away. Nice. I like that. I hope you got some good stuff. Ooh, Winston. Slow weekend, only 4 sales Friday through Sunday. Sorry to hear that, Rob. Hopefully you have a good day today and you have a great week coming. When we will be headed this way? I'm not sure yet, brother. I'm not sure, but I appreciate you asking. Hi, how do you source? Thrifting, bulk buyouts, etc.? Yep, I do all those things. Mostly thrifting, retail arbitrage. I keep telling myself I'm going to do some garage sales, but I haven't hit a garage sale yet this season. But those are usually like weekend kind of things, and the weekend we're like out having fun doing stuff. So next up is This was a shirt that, yeah, I brought it home. I noticed that it had a small hole in the, I think it was from the tag, like the thrift tag. It had a small hole like up on the shoulder right there. So I typically would list these for $25 on eBay. I listed it for like, I don't know, $16.99, I think was the price. And it sold on a nifty best offer of $14.40 this morning. So little flaw on it. I pointed out the flaw in the item title, in the description, and did a close-up photo with a pointer pointing right at the flaw on the shirt. So the person whose name is Curacao, I think is the name, they know that this is flawed. So it's not like I'm pulling the wool over their eyes. I gave them a good deal on it, $14.40. And I think it sold fairly quickly because I was priced at the bottom of the market, which happens. You get a lot of views when you price at the bottom of the market. So 45 days to sell on this one. Not bad, not crazy fast, but it was a flawed item. It was a mistake buy. And I made a little bit of lemonade out of those lemons. Not getting rich off that, but got my money back, made a few dollars in profit, and we live to die another day. Every business ever has situations like that where you just got to make the best out of a bad situation. When I was in the restaurant business, you know, it actually happened to us last night. This is kind of interesting. I won't say the name of the restaurant because the restaurant is awesome and we've never had even a slightly bad experience there. But last night they told us when we got there, they said the kitchen is slow tonight. When we put when you get your order in, it might be like 35 minutes to get your food. Well, it took about an hour for us to get our food. And, they were very apologetic. They kept checking in with us. They offered us, they're like, hey, we'll get you like another beverage or we can discount one of your beverages. We're like, whatever, it's fine. We'll just wait. We were pretty hungry. And, but we waited. They charged us $6 total because their kitchen was backed up. I'm guessing that at least one person called out because it wasn't really all that busy. I think they were just short staffed back there. Whatever. They charged us $6 for Kim and I to get. We each had a beer and we each had like a meal, like an entree, and they charged us $6. I think they charged us for one total beer is what they charged us for. So, they had to toss it in on that one, right? Hoping to get us back for more. So I grew up in the restaurant business. That's what it was my early business stuff. That's where I learned business. So it's not weird to me at all to have an item like a shirt where I have to discount that item, get rid of it, make a couple bucks profit and move on and keep the business flowing. And that's what happened at that restaurant last night. They didn't make money off theirs, right? That cost them money. They only charged me $6 and we got 2 meals and 2 beers. So they definitely lost money on ours. My thing, that $14.40 shirt, I made a few dollars in profit on a mistake, on a bad thing. So that ain't really bad if you think about it. I know people worry about mistake buys or coming home and finding a flaw or whatever. I'm like, it really ain't that bad. It's not like you had to give somebody two full meals and 2 beers for $6, right? That would be a much different situation. So I don't mind those Hugo Boss things because I just know that business has hiccups like that. The quicker that you can move on from those hiccups is the better, and just start moving on to things that can make you more money. So that one's out the door in 45 days. Got a Brooks Brothers shirt here. I don't pick up a lot of this style of Brooks Brothers anymore. This is kind of like an older, very, very common style. And I don't buy a ton of them. This one, I don't know how long this one took to sell because this one just came in as I was pulling orders in the garage. So I haven't marked it as sold in my spreadsheet yet. So we'll do that real quick. This one actually sold fairly quickly. It took exactly 2 months to sell. Exactly. But I'll tell you why I picked this one up in a second. Even though I just said I don't really pick up a lot of these anymore. 4, 27, 26. This one sold for $18.99, which was my full asking price. And the buyer paid $6.95 shipping. So it took exactly 59 days to sell. I picked it up on February the 27th, sold it on March the 27th. So the reason I picked this up is because this vertical stripe style has been coming back and it's been selling for me in a lot of brands lately. So I was like, you know what? I haven't been picking this up for Brooks Brothers for a while. I like the more modern plaid kind of patterns. Those sell well for me. These haven't for years now. So I haven't really been picking them up. But I grabbed this one because this is like a Y2K preppy style right now, which is coming back. This vertical stripe is big right now. So there you go. I mean, 2 months to sell on this. I paid $5. It sold for $18.99. I know nobody's getting rich off this, but these are those like little subtle things that can help you make money in this business. I didn't make a thank you card for this either. And you got it, like things are always changing. So my advice for years was to not pick up that shirt. That's kind of an out of style, really like saturated market type of shirt. But now I picked it up and I sold it in 2 months for modest profit, but full asking price. I don't know if I would suggest yet to pick up that shirt. I definitely wouldn't suggest it if you aren't cross listing, right? So like having multiple audiences, if you're not using automation tools, if you're not taking really great photos, measuring every item, having great if you're not like really crushing your listings, I don't think this is a great item because it is objectively a low sell-through rate item. But I think that style being kind of like coming back, I think there's something there for people who are doing all that stuff and for people who don't mind those smaller margins. So $5 sold that for $8.99. My profit on $18.99. My profit on that is probably $10 or $11 after shipping. I can't tell you what it is because eBay seems to be still down. So we'll move on from that. We're going to switch into Poshmark orders in a moment, but first I'm going to ship out a couple of coffee orders. I want to give some shout outs to the people who support our small business and buy coffee from us. We actually have 2 new customers that came in and bought coffee from us. So I got an order for Steven right here. If you have any questions about our coffee business, which is our side hustle, let me know down below in the chat. And I'm going to give you a direct link. Reported DDoS attack on eBay. Jeez, that stinks. So this is going to the coffee right there. Yes, Jack, you can share whatever you want here. As long don't share things that are going to be malicious or bad for people. If you're going to share something good, then that's fine. So this is an order going out the door. First time customer at chris@peak.com. This is going out to Steven. Steven's in Clemens, North Carolina. No way. That's right down the street. I have family that lives in Clemens. So I passed through Clemens. What was that? Thursday. I actually just passed through Clemens. So thank you, Steven, for your first order at chris@peak.com. Get you a bag of delicious coffee. We have 3 different roasts of coffee, a light roast, a medium roast, and a dark roast. Steven ordered our medium roast, which is our best seller. It's also Kim and I's favorite coffee in the whole wide world. So thanks, Steven. Shout out to you for supporting our business. Hope you enjoy the coffee. First time order for Steven. So appreciate you. Of course, our goal is for you to love this coffee and come back and buy some more. All our coffees are fair trade. They're organic and they're roasted fresh every single Thursday. So you get that super fresh, super high quality. This is top shelf coffee. This is going, where did I? Oh, here. It's like, where's my shipping label? And one OG coffee buyer. Oh, you got some coffee too? I didn't even see your order come in. Thanks, brother. And we got an order, I guess, from Nick, maybe. Is that what you're hinting at? The coffee is great. Oh, thanks, Jack. I appreciate it. Yeah, you drink too much coffee you just need to buy like chock full of nuts. What do you drink? Like four pots a day or something, like something really unhealthy. I'm not judging. I'm just saying objectively. Buddy is fixing to do a hat sale. You got a collection of 18,000 hats. Starts at $1. Swing by if you like hats. Nice. This is a whatnot. Yeah, definitely share that. Absolutely share if that's a whatnot or whatever it is. If you're selling hats, go ahead. It's a shelf above tab. They built a new shelf up there. You can't even see it. It's off screen. That's what it is. Thank you. I appreciate all the kind words. Yes, you can share that link. I love the last video you did. Goodwill raising prices is going to be an issue in the future. Thrift stores have been increasing their prices since the beginning of reselling, right? It's always been a thing. It's always been a thing. I mean, I'll just leave it at that. I know people get worked up about it, like, the prices are going up, but like the prices used to be a lot cheaper when I started 7 years ago. I mean, they were a lot cheaper. That's just the reality of things. Got another first-time customer, and Cynthia ordered the same thing. She ordered a bag of our Hooper's Creek medium roast. By the way, $1.50 from every bag purchased of our medium roast. This one right here, the Hooper's Creek, $1.50 is donated to families that were hit hard by Hurricane Helene. These families are still recovering financially from losing their homes and having to rebuild, or having their entire home gutted and rebuilt from the inside out. So We're continuing to donate $1.50 from every bag of our Hoopers Creek medium roast directly to the families that were impacted in the worst ways from Hurricane Helene. Yes, that rebuild is still going on, and the recovery in this area, both financial and physical, will be going on for many, many years. And in some places, some places we'll talk about, decade plus long recoveries. But thank you, Cynthia. Doesn't sound like much, but $1.50 from every bag. That's $3 so far today. Just going to support real folks, regular people. This isn't going through some big corporation where some CEO is getting rich. We are just walking down there and handing these people a check as they continue to recover and get back on their feet. So thank you for that. And that's our medium roast, our best seller. Our best-selling coffee is what we do that $1.50 for. So thank you, Cynthia. This is Cynthia's first order with chris@peak.com. So thank you so much. I think you'll enjoy the coffee. If you do, come back for some more. Appreciate y'all supporting our small business, our coffee side hustle. And this order here is going out to Brian. Thank you, Brian. Brian's coming back. I think this is his third or fourth order. We just got him hooked like 2 months ago, and he keeps coming back for more. Brian, if you're in the chat, thanks, brother. I know you are sometimes. And Brian also got a bag of our medium roast. By the way, all our coffee is available in whole bean or ground. This is our ground. But if you like grinding it yourself at home, we have whole bean available too. If you haven't tried our coffee before, there's a ton of information at the link in the description of this video. I'll also drop the link one more time here if you want to get in on it. You can read about the coffees, where they're from, all that stuff. Our medium roast is from Chiapas, Mexico, which is the southernmost state of Mexico, down by the Guatemala border, in the highlands. Like all of the great coffees there, it is grown at high elevation and high humidity. That's where you want your coffee from. So the tasting notes on our medium roast, it's going to have a hint of spice, but really it's going to have a nice like sweet milk chocolate. Again, it's a very subtle sweet milk chocolate. It's not flavored coffee. It's just, that's the natural flavors from the beans and the roasting process. Just have a hint of that sweet milk chocolate. So it's super balanced. It's just a very smooth cup of coffee, total crowd pleaser. This is the type of coffee that won't offend anybody because it's just so balanced. So thank you for coming back for more, Brian. If y'all have any questions about the coffee, I'm here for it. It is a fun side hustle. We've learned so much about coffee, more than I ever thought there was to be learned about coffee. And there's still so much to be learned about coffee. It's like you geek out about anything. You geek out about IPAs or bourbons or cigars or, organic vegetables. It's just like such a deep like level of knowledge when you start like going down into that rabbit hole. What's up, Barbara? Welcome in from South Carolina. I love it. I literally just packed up and shipped a Brooks Brothers striped shirt. We're on the same page. I like it, Salt. Chris at peak. Are you at your peak? I don't know. It's Monday. I don't know if I'm necessarily at my peak yet. Well, maybe I'll hit the ground run. Like I'll be at like full speed maybe by Tuesday, middle of the day. It takes me a little while to get going. I'm a little older these days. I don't just like pop out of the bed on Monday and crush anymore. It takes a little while to get going. Notes on Facebook. Gotcha. Share the link if you haven't. I don't see the link, but share it. Bourbon and cigars. Yes. Nick, I won a lottery for a bourbon Kim actually won. I did an entry for me and an entry for Kim. Kim actually won officially, but a bottle of the Four Roses barrel proof, and it was a store pick. I won the opportunity to purchase it. It's a not very common allocated bourbon. You might be familiar with that Four Roses barrel proof store pick. So it's actually the second one I have. They have like 12 different yeast strains. Is it 8 or 12? 8 or 12 different yeast strains. So each bottle is going to be a little bit different. This one's aged 11 years and 4 months. The other one I have is aged 8 years and 10 months. So I haven't cracked open either, but I have tried a bottle of it before at a buddy's house, and it is awesome. So that was cool. That was exciting. That was like last Thursday or Wednesday that Kim got that phone call that she won. A few less beers, and Chris, I'm really in good shape. There you go. What's the maximum amount of money you're willing to pay for 505 new Levi's to resell? Probably depend on the size too and the condition, but I don't get to choose. They charge $6 for a pair of jeans here. What's my max? I don't know, probably $6. It just kind of depends. Everybody's got a different business model too. So I don't know if it makes sense for for you to just follow my guidelines, right? Everybody's got different storage space, different promotional amounts, just different expectations of like how much money that they, what kind of margins they want to make and how fast they want to sell stuff. So Four Roses is excellent. Yeah, I think everything that they make is excellent, and this is one of the best bourbons I've ever tried. But I haven't cracked that bottle yet. I will let you know when I do. Just ordered my first bag of coffee. Thank you so much, CCP in the house with a coffee order. Thank you so much. Let's check out what we got going on here. I see you, Chris. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. And we got an order for Nick Smith. Nick, you going with the light roast this time? I like it. So our spring seasonal light roast. I said we launched this about a month ago, and I said right when we launched it, I'm like, this is one of my favorite seasonals so far. We launched the spring seasonal just over 2 years ago, maybe 2.5 years ago. We launched. I think we launched it in the summer of 2023. So almost 3 years ago, we launched this line, and it's every single quarter, every season it changes. So we have 4 different seasonal light roasts every year. So this is our spring one from this year. Anyway, I said that I think this is like one of my favorites. This is my favorite, and it's Kim's favorite that we've had so far too. So I think we've now had 10 seasonal light roasts. This one is our favorite so far. They're all good. They're all good, but this one, I've just been really, really digging it. So I don't think you've tried it yet, Nick, but I think you're really gonna dig this one. These beans are from Rwanda. It's fair trade, it's organic, and it's single origin, which means it comes from one cooperative of coffee growers. So it's all the same bean grown by the same people. And this one's coming from Rwanda, Africa. So it is freaking delicious. The tasting notes, you're going to have a little bit of juicy peach at the front, and then it's going to immediately turn to like a floral vanilla at the middle and for the finish. So it's not like super sweet though. Like some light roast can be like really, you can get a lot of that fruity note, but it's just like this quick like touch of peach right at the beginning. It's just very, very subtle. And then boom, it goes into this like nice sort of like smooth floral vanilla. When I read the tasting notes of floral vanilla, I was like, what is floral vanilla? Like, how's that different than vanilla? And then I sipped the coffee. I was like, got it. I totally understand the floral vanilla now. That totally makes sense. So Nick, thank you for your order. We'll get this shipped out to you right now. We don't drink as much. We drink the least. Like we drink all our coffees, right? Our favorite is our medium roast. Our second favorite is typically the dark roast. And then our third favorite is the light roast. But we've been drinking this a ton since it's switched to the spring seasonal in the last month. And a lot of that's driven by Kim. Kim generally doesn't like the light roast as much as the darker stuff. And she's loving this coffee. So that means we're drinking more of this coffee. It's great. We do it as cold brew. Sometimes we'll blend it, but we've been doing cold brew just 100% for the light roast. It's good. It's good hot in a drip coffee maker. You can do it in one of these too, and it comes out really nicely too. The Primula Express, like a little percolator type of situation. Every way that we've tried it, it just holds up really nicely. Nick, thanks for supporting our small business. Appreciate you. You're going to get your shipping confirmation in your email in just a second. 2 shakes of a lamb's tail here, brother. And Chris, we'll get to your order right after this. You ordered ground, right, Nick? Did I get that right? Yeah, you ordered ground. I got it right, believe it or not. So, Nick, you have a shipping confirmation in your email box right now with a tracking number, and it's going out today, USPS Ground Advantage. With luck, you'll have it Friday, but maybe more than likely Saturday, since it's going from Asheville, North Carolina, all the way out to Arizona. Casa Grande. Thanks, my amigo. And Chris will get your order out right now. I tried sharing. Anyone sees it? I don't see it. I don't see the link, brother, coming through. I don't see. Maybe like YouTube doesn't let people. Maybe if you jump on Facebook, Jack, If you jump onto the live on Facebook, maybe if you try sharing it through there, maybe it'll work. Those Four Roses picks sit around me now. Retail price went crazy on them. We don't have anything good sit in North Carolina. We're a cost controlled state, and so it's all like through the ABC, and we just don't get anywhere near the allocated product that they get in other states. Like when I was in Charleston, South Carolina, I might have mentioned this on a previous live. Like I went into one liquor store. They had Eagle Rare 10. They had like 10 or 12 cases of it sitting on the floor, and it was priced like $5 above MSRP. I'm like, this is crazy. Like, I have a couple of bottles of Eagle Rare, but every time I see it, I pick up a bottle. But I haven't run into one in probably 3 months or more here in North Carolina, and they just had 12 cases just here in South Carolina. So it's just a different story here. Like when I run into like rare allocated stuff, like I just buy it. Like I don't even think about it because I'll probably never see it again for months and months. Well, I tried. Did you try over on Facebook, brother? Juicy Peach sounds so good. It is. That coffee is so good. It's so good. I think you're doing an amazing job. I appreciate you. I appreciate all the feedback, especially positive feedback. No, I want some other folks to see his stuff. He has killer good easy drives. Yeah, try Facebook. Try it. You're welcome, brother. Thank you. You have to wrench me. Yeah, state controls. They aren't fun. Now the prices on stuff, like I get really good prices on things because nothing's jacked up, right? But we just don't get like allocated stuff. Yeah, we just don't get the fun stuff. We don't get the fun new stuff. All right, we get an order for Chris, and then we're going to bump in last coffee order that I see on my screen, and then we're going to bump into Poshmark orders. So thank you, Chris. Chris, is this your first order? Going to double check that. I know that wasn't Nick's first order. Thanks for your continued support, Nick. Nope. Yeah, Chris, this is your first order. Thank you, brother. Appreciate it. Hope you love the coffee. Got to get you a handwritten thank you note here. You probably won't be able to read it, but you'll see the love because my handwriting ain't great. Thank you, Chris. I hope you can read this. All right. Chris, you're going to have a shipping confirmation in your inbox in just a moment here, faster than Bezos. Faster than Bezos. This is going to Saco, Maine. Saco is beautiful. What a great place to live. I wish I could take the cold, long winters of New England. I just can't do it anymore. We were talking about this over the weekend. Like Asheville is, so I got an introduction to a friend who just moved to the area from Vermont. And we were talking about how like the weather here, how it's like the same thing as New England. It's just like a much shorter winter and a much longer spring and fall. But I'm like, otherwise it's like the same thing as New England. I'm like, you're going to love it. You're going to love it. I'm like, if you like skiing, you're not going to love that part so much because the skiing ain't great here. But you're going to love being in the mountains without, 6 full months of winter. We just don't have that here. But Saco is a beautiful place to be objectively. So, Chris, you got to order the Ground, Hoopers Creek. Thank you so much for your order. That's our best seller right there, Hoopers Creek Medium Roast. And Chris, thank you for your donation. $1.50 of this bag is donated directly to neighbors of ours who are severely hit by Hurricane Helene, severely impacted. So thank you for helping their rebuild. It's our way of giving back to our community. And when I talk about like our local community, I mean homes that are 200 yards away from me. And actually, I can't see any of them anymore because we're finally like the leaves are grown in enough now that I can't see them. In the fall and in the winter and in the spring, some of the spring, I can see their homes, but now we are officially blocked out by the foliage from seeing them. But that's how close they are. They're right there. So talk about supporting local, like we're supporting our neighborhood, and y'all are supporting our neighborhood, which means a lot to us. To me, there's just nothing like that. Like supporting the people like immediately around you in your local community, all that stuff. That's important to me. I don't like really donating to like big national causes and like having the money, most of that money go towards like marketing or paying CEOs and all that stuff. I like to try to keep the money, give the money to regular folk. And you just did that, Chris. So thank you for your order. Appreciate you supporting our small business on top of that too. It means a lot to me, and much love. Hope you enjoy that coffee. We got an order for Julie. Julie's got an order. Thank you. They're rolling in today, and I appreciate y'all so much. So another bag of the Hooper's Creek medium roast ground going out to Julie. Thank you so much, Julie. Are you in the chat right now? I'm guessing you are. You're welcome, Chris. Sacco Mick Foley's sock. You can buy with confidence. This guy's a professional. He actually works for Meckham Auctions. Gotcha. Okay, cool. First one. Appreciate you, brother. He cannot share a link unless you have a Blue Wrench approved as admin by Chris. Oh, gotcha. I'm streaming on like a software called Restream. So like I'm not in YouTube. So I don't think I can do like wrenches and stuff like that on this stream just because I'm using like another platform for it. I think this is your first order to Julie, going out to Fort Collins. My neighbor's daughter is graduating from Colorado State. I think it's this weekend is their graduation, unless I'm mistaken. And I think she's heading out there this weekend for her graduation. So Fort Collins. You may or may not know, I used to live in Denver, Colorado. So I'm a little familiar with Fort Collins, passed through, stopped, got tacos a few times. Julie, your first order. Thank you so much. That means a lot to me. Thanks for having faith in us. And we will not do you wrong. Get you a handwritten thank you note here. And then we'll jump into some Poshmark orders in a second. We're shipping coffee all over the country this morning or this afternoon. All right, you probably can't read my love note here, Julie, but just know there's love here. This is how you dry it off. Thank you so much for supporting our small business. And again, $1.50 of this bag will be donated directly to neighbors. So what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 150. What's that? $9 just from today that we're going to be able to go and support our neighbors. Like, that's awesome. And we don't give them like checks, like daily checks, right? Like they'll get a check from like a few months worth of this. So it'll be more significant. It really adds up. It might not seem like much, but it is. And I know they appreciate it because they tell me. Welcome in, everybody. We are shipping out a couple coffee orders, and then we'll get back into some Poshmark orders or jump into Poshmark. We're finished up eBay already. We still have one Amazon order to do too. Just sold a item on eBay. I know because it's popping up on my pirate ship shipping. Julie, thanks for your first order. You got a shipping confirmation in your inbox right now. With any luck, you'll have this on Friday, but my guess is maybe Saturday, Friday or Saturday. This is going out USPS Ground Advantage, tracking numbers in your inbox. Julie, thank you. That's really cool. Some of you may or may not know that this whole coffee business shared on Facebook. Hope it worked. I don't see it, brother. I'm sorry. Trying to think. If you DM me the link, will that work? if you DM me the link on Facebook and just let me know once you've done it, I'll go into my DMs, I'll copy and paste that link, and I'll put it up on the screen. That'll work. That'll be foolproof. So just DM me on Facebook or Instagram and just let me know when that DM is sent, and I will go execute. Thank you again, Julie. Much appreciation. How many platforms do you sell on? I sell on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, Amazon, and chris@peak.com. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm about to have my best year on Poshmark already, thanks to Nifty and your link. Yay, Elliot, what's up? Been on there since 2018, but this is the first year it's actually more of a viable platform. 100%. When I first joined Poshmark, I did not have an automation tool. Nifty didn't exist at the time, but there were automation tools. I did not have Poshmark automation for like the first 3 months. And I was like, man, this is a drag. Like, I'm not really selling all that much on Poshmark, right? And then like I learned about Poshmark bots and how important it is to have a bot that's like sharing all your items and stuff. So I joined that, and it was like the first month I had that bot, my Poshmark sales doubled. And then like the next month they took off even more, just because it takes a little while for like all that sharing. You just like fill the algorithm up with activity, and Poshmark freaking loves that. All the platforms love activity. They love offers. They love shares. They love delist and relist. Like, they love this activity. And when you just automate that for like a month or so, you'll see that. I mean, you'll even see it in the first week if you try Nifty and use the automation tools and use the free trial for 7 days. Like, you'll see some immediate results from it, but you'll see even more results if you use a bot for like a month, 6 weeks. You know, oh my gosh, it'll just really take off your Poshmark. At least that's what happened with me. And we hear these reports from people all the time who join Nifty and come back and say, thanks for recommending Nifty. And this is like really impacting my business in some really awesome ways. So we love to hear that. I'm posting a lot on Whatnot last night and finding a lot of profit. I love that, eBay for life. Speaking of tacos, tomorrow is Taco Tuesday on Cinco de Mayo. No way. Wait. Tomorrow is Cinco de Mayo. Taco Tuesday on Cinco de Mayo. What a great day tomorrow will be. Tomorrow's not Cinco de Mayo. What you talking about, Scrappin' Cougar? Tomorrow is the 28th of April. Do you mean next? Is it next week? Next Tuesday? Or maybe you said that tomorrow. No, you said tomorrow. Is it next Tuesday? The 5th? It's next Tuesday is Cinco de Mayo, which would also be Taco Tuesday. Some of you might know I worked for, how many years was that? I worked 5 years for a Mexican restaurant. So Cinco de Mayo is our busiest day of the year, like, period. There wasn't even a close second to Cinco de Mayo. So we would like spend a lot of time like getting prepared for Cinco de Mayo. Plus it was like a big party. We had all sorts of stuff going on, bells, whistles, extra stuff. So it was like, I would never be April 27th when I worked at that restaurant. And for me not to know the exact day that Cinco de Mayo was, like, we would know that day in like January. It would already be on our radar screen and we'd be like thinking about it and preparing for it. Is there a limit though on sharing? Not that I know of. Several, mine shares like 6,000 things a day or something. I meant next Tuesday. Yeah, I think we're on the same page now. It took a minute, but we are now on the same page. Thank you, Julie. Did we ship out Julie's? Like walking and chewing gum over here. Thank you, Julie. Yeah, and you get the shipping confirmation in your inbox. We are all good, right? Julie from Fort Collins. Yep, we got it. All right, let's do a quick Amazon order, and then we'll do Poshmark. You gotta hydrate. Nifty made my Posh go from 2 sales a day to about 6. You're doing 6 sales a day on Poshmark. That's actually really, really good. That's a lot. That's more than I'm doing. That's really good. I'm proud of you. I like that. So this order is going to Francis. It's only going to Swansboro, North Carolina. So we've got another North Carolina order going out. So this is an interesting one. Sold 2 pairs of Lee jeans, same size, same color, same model, like boot cut, regular fit, going to the same customer. So I like that. I haven't been selling a lot on Amazon lately. A big reason for that, the big reason for that is that I haven't been sourcing much for Amazon. I don't have much Amazon inventory at this point in time. I was doing a lot of Amazon sourcing back in 2014, a little bit in 2015. I kind of slowed down now, and now I've kind of like chewed through most of my inventory. I still source a little bit for Amazon. It's just not a big focus of mine right now. I wish I had the person power to focus on everything, but I still occasionally will grab something from Amazon when I'm shopping for eBay. I'll run into things that are good sellers on Amazon, but it just hasn't been a huge focus for me. But these 2 pair of jeans sold for a price. That price is, well, total is $63.68 before tax. So I guess 31 and change, 31.80 something a piece. And these sold on Amazon right there. So out the door, that's our one Amazon sale for the weekend. He's living in the future now. I like it. I like it. Surprised you don't do Depop. I've had a handful of sales on there so far. I think it's my highest net sale per item platform. Haven't sold anything on Mercari yet, not even an offer yet. I used to sell on Depop, Rob. I sold on Depop for years, but I had to make an adult decision when I started selling on Whatnot and selling on Amazon and launched my own website and create content on 4 different platforms. I had to make a business decision, an adult decision, and say, I need less things to log into every day, and I need less things to respond to every day. So I need to cut out the things that, although they are helpful to my business, are not as helpful to my business, right? So at the time, my lowest selling platforms were Facebook Marketplace, Depop, Grailed, and Mercari. So I just pulled the plug on all of them. All 4 platforms. I pulled it because I still had eBay, Poshmark, ChrisAtPeak.com, Amazon, and Whatnot. So I had to make a business decision. I said, these platforms do work, but they're less than 5% of my sales each. I'm going to focus on the things that are giving me like 80% of my sales rather than the things that are adding up to less than 20% of my sales. So that was the decision that I had to make. And I made it. I actually added back Mercari when they started doing that 0 fees thing. That turned out to be a train wreck. I should probably just delete Mercari, but I'm also not selling on Whatnot anymore, so I'm not really so worried about it. But that's the decision I had to make, and that's still the decision. And I've told the story a few times before, but somebody from Depop, like someone from their marketing team, reached out to me on IG, 8 months ago, and they said, "Hey, what's it going to take to get you to sell on Depop?" And I said, "I sold on Depop for years. What would it take to get me back? Make offers binding." I'm like, I just waste too much time replying to offers that are never going to pay. That I've decided that it is not a good use of my time to sell on Depop because I have to constantly go back and forth with people who have no intention of ever buying the item from me. So add binding offers and I'll be back on Depop the first day that you do it. And she said, well, we've looked into it and we just don't think we think that that's against, she says that she thinks that'll hurt the core Depop culture is like what she said, or something to the effect of that. And I said, I understand it. You got to make business decisions. I got to make business decisions, but you know where I stand. You can hit me up the first day that you guys are on with binding offers, and I will be back and I will cross list all 1,400 of my listings over to your platform. Until then, there will be no Chris at Peak on Depop. And that's I still stand at that same place. There's nothing wrong with Depop. If you sell on Depop, more power to you. If you don't mind the binding offer thing not being there, more power to you. Everybody's business is a little different. Everybody has a little different mix, but I also spend a lot of time and respond to a lot of stimulus, a lot of notifications that come from 4 social media platforms on top of all the other stuff that I sell on. So I just had to make a business decision. So everybody's business is a little bit differently. Speak to text is not a friend to someone who has to speak to. I read that a couple of times. I don't know if I pick up what you're putting down. Do you think you will do Depop again? I think I just covered that. Oops, yeah, gotcha. Do you run any auctions on eBay? I don't. Depop possibly will change binding offer soon because owners are eBay now. Possibly. It's still too early to determine what type of ownership group is eBay going to be over Depop. Are they going to be dictators, right? Are they going to roll Depop into eBay and really have eBay leadership run Depop? Are they going to let them be free and just let Depop do their Depop thing? They just own them and give them some support, both financially and less person power and all that stuff? Do they do that, or is it something in between? And I think it's still too early. We just don't really know what kind of acquisition that's going to be moving forward. How many hours spend working on eBay every day? Vimeri, I don't know the answer. I don't log my hours, but this is my full-time business between selling on eBay, Poshmark, Mercari, and Amazon, and chris@peak.com, and creating content about me running that business. That is my full-time job. That's what I do. My buyers have been good so far on Depop. I've only had one buyer not buy offer I accepted. Nifty handles most of it for me. Gotcha. Your experience with Depop then has been a little bit different than mine. When I was on Depop, and it's been a few years, I would probably have 10 offers accepted before I got a single person to pay. So you just had a different experience than me, and that's okay. That's totally okay. Let's get some Poshmark orders out the door, y'all. We've been talking about it for a little bit. Let's do some orders. So Poshmark was slow for me last week, even though eBay was like off the chains last week. Poshmark was slow. I actually had like a couple times where I went 2 straight days with 0 sales on Poshmark, which like almost never happens for me, like 48-hour stretches with no sales. But yesterday, after one of those 48-hour stretches, I had 4 sales on Poshmark. So go figure. I'll take a 4 sale day on Poshmark after 2 24-hour periods of 0. But let's get right into it. So our first sale is going to be a cool pair of hiking shorts. I accepted a best offer of $23. These are the cool Renegades, men's size 36, kind of a lightweight hiking, stretchy, moisture wicking shirt. So $23. I paid $5 at the thrift store for these. We're going to pack up all our Poshmark orders using these free USPS Ground Advantage packing materials that you can order right through the Poshmark app now, which is awesome. This is the bubble mailer. Oh my gosh. Try this again. The adhesive came off as I was sliding it in, so disaster. Now we're good. So this order is going to Marie. Thank you, Marie. So Poshmark takes 20% fees. So on a $23 sale, Poshmark's keeping $4.60. That's going to leave me with $18.40. I paid $5, so $13.40 in profit. If you want, you could subtract 2.5 cents for this shipping label. You can subtract 1 cent for my thank you sticker if you want. And you can subtract 3 cents for my thank you card that I put inside there too. This bag was free though. Next up is a brand IB Cool, which is a pretty good like golfish brand. IB Cool. Right there. IB Cool. It's a men's size medium. This is actually a long sleeve golf polo. Like moisture wicking, stretchy kind of polo. Obviously like a nice all over print right there. So this one is going to Hiromi, if I'm saying that right. Going to Hiromi and going to the Villages, Florida. We were just talking about the Villages, Florida yesterday. Remember that, Kim? Remember we were talking about the Villages, Florida yesterday? This one's going to, I already said that, Hiromi. In the Villages. A wonderful place. The Speak to Text comment was in relation to a Cinco de Mayo being tomorrow comment. Well, I just didn't get it. Lil take 2. I don't get that either. I just photographed my 6,000th clothing item since starting this 2 years ago with 2,400 listings. I'd say my sell-through rate is pretty good. 6,000th clothing items since starting this 2 years ago with 2,400 listings. It's yeah, I guess so. Yeah, that's pretty good. I'd have to think of like a 2-year sell-through rate. I'm proud of you, man. I like it. I'm not going to do the math right now, but I like it. Yes, in the chat, looking for good organic coffee. Go Rams. Well, Julie, you got the shipping confirmation in your inbox, and thank you so much for supporting our small business. I hope you love the coffee. It tastes good even out there in Colorado. Go Rams. That's awesome. Next up is a 511 tactical pair of pants right here. These are called the Taclite Pro Ripstop cargo pants. It has that ripstop material. You can see this little like loop right there. It's a good way to like identify this model. Not all 511 tacticals are a great pickup at this point in time, but these Taclite Pro cargo pants are a good consistent seller for me. 511 was like one of those brand. I didn't know about this brand before I started reselling, but it was like one of those ones I learned early on. And when I was out in Colorado, and it's just been a good consistent seller. Now I don't pick up everything from the brand. There are some traps, so to speak, some dogs from 511. I don't pick up a lot of their shirts unless they're like the really like tactical ones with all the pockets. And same thing with their pants. If it's just like a basic pair of like, I don't know, like a basic pair of like chinos or something like that doesn't tend to be a great seller. There's certain models like this one that just will always sell for 511. They'll probably never go out of style just because people wear them for work. They wear them as first responders, military, that sort of thing. So this one's going out to Liz. I paid $5 for this pair of pants. They sold for $20. Poshmark's going to keep 20%. That means they're going to keep $4. Leaves me with $16. I paid $5, so $11 in profit on this one here. Doesn't sound like a lot of money, but when you fill up a big bin of sales, that stuff really adds up. It's like 40%ish. Awesome. Getting ready to get some bad storms here in Southern Illinois. Be safe, eBay for life. Be safe. That's fantastic. Next up is an order for somebody. Polo Ralph Lauren. I picked this one up even though it's a men's size small, which tends to be on most brands, most models, small is not the best seller, but there are some examples where small can be a good seller. This isn't really one of them, but I knew because of the pattern that this one would sell. So Polo Ralph Lauren, size small. Look at that pattern. Just a really awesome blue plaid pattern. Always a really good seller for me in this brand. You can see it's got the multicolor flesh pony right there on the chest. So this sold for a best offer of $19. I paid $5 for it, and it sold in, I feel like I just picked this up. I did not just pick this up. I probably picked up a similar one recently. I swear I just picked up a small. I feel like I picked up a small in Charleston. But anyway, I picked this one up December the 14th. So it took 133 days to sell. What's that? 4 months to sell? It took 4 months to sell and sold for $19 on a best offer. And so Poshmark is going to keep, we'll just call it about $2 on that 20%, on their 20% fees. So that's going to leave me with about $17. And sorry, you're going to keep about $4. So that's going to leave me with about $15, and I paid $5. So that's going to leave me with $10 profit on this. Polo Ralph Lauren, good pattern like that. I pick it up even in a smaller size. And yes, that doesn't bother me that this took 4 months to sell. I know some people would be like, I can't wait 4 months. I get it. Different business model than mine. I got the storage to shoulder that, and I'm fine with it. Especially with clothing, there's such seasonality to clothing too. So I feel like it's imperative to just be okay with something taking 4 months, because if you pick it up in December and it's a short sleeve, moisture wicking fishing shirt, the odds are it's probably not going to sell in January or February. But once March and April come around, there's a good chance that you're going to sell that item. So I'm very comfortable with a 4-month sale, especially for a brand like this and a pattern like this. It's just like consistent, never goes out of style, always bread and butter. It's kind of foolproof to pick up an item for a $5 investment like this. So at least in my opinion, the way I run my business. And my business is the only one that I run, so it's the only one I can talk about. In my opinion, Polo is the best reselling brand. Yeah, I don't know if it's the best, but it's my number one selling brand in terms of units sold every single year I've been in business. This is my 8th year in business. It is currently number one for the 8th year too. So if I had a few more days in Chicago, I would have thoroughly sourced Village Discount Outlet and all other locations. Best place to get cheap clothes and tons of it. Thanks for sharing. I'm glad to hear that. Glad you got some good stuff on your trip up there. Hope you had a nice time too, in addition to some good sourcing. Ralph is my second best selling brand. I like it, Salt. I like it. We're on the same page. That girl, Ashley, 1988. I absolutely love all your videos. I definitely learned a thing or two just from watching them. I appreciate your feedback. All feedback is appreciated, especially positive feedback. Thanks, that girl, Ashley. Welcome in. Hope you're having a great start to your week. Hope your sales were good over the weekend. And I hope you had some time to maybe kick up your feet, relax, and do that sort of thing over the weekend too. That concludes all our shipping for today, but I will go through because I think it's important for this live to be a reflection of the reality of reselling, not just like the point of me doing this live isn't to like recruit more people into reselling or convince people that reselling is the best thing ever. It's just to show you what reselling is like, and to have a conversation about it and be transparent and honest about it. And we get a return here from eBay, so we can see. Just don't want to cover up the person's name. Let's do this. Okay, so pair of Doer jeans. It says on here, wrong size or doesn't fit was the reason. So pretty common. Most of my returns on eBay are because of reason doesn't fit. A lot of people like get all worked up about returns. The reality is it just takes a couple of minutes for me to process a return and to get these items relisted. If it sold once, it'll sell thrice. And I just do a quick look over of the jeans just to make sure that the condition hasn't changed. Like, is there stains now? Are there holes now? Did they return a different pair of jeans? And I don't think any of those things are true. I'm just going to bring up the return here on eBay, which it probably, let me do it. So maybe eBay's working. Ooh. There is like a smell to them now. Ooh. I did not have that smell when they went out the door. So that's a thing. So I'll have to put these in the wash. But I just want to make sure that they return the same jeans. So 34 by 30. And I'm going to look at the tag just to make sure that this is like the same model and everything. Yeah, these stink. See original listing. Yeah, they're the slim straight. And I'm just going to look at the materials tag. Cool Max, polyester, and elastane. Yep. So this is the same pair of jeans, same color, same return, doesn't fit. How long did they have these? Because these actually do smell. Date purchased. They purchased them on October the 18th, and they've already been returned and sent back. So it's not like they could have like worn these for a whole bunch of time. I mean, that was literally 9 days ago that they bought it. So by the time it was delivered and then returned back to here, it's gone both ways in that 9 days too. So it's not like they were wearing these around. But you know, some people, it's like houses, they just smell. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe their house just smells. These are going to go in the wash. But I am going to start the refund process right now. And it just takes a couple of minutes. I would show you this on the screen, but it's going to have the buyer's information and name on it. So I'm going to choose not to do that out of respect. But I'm going to go ahead and hit the refund button. So I have free returns on all my orders, which means I pay the return shipping. The buyer paid $36.99 plus $8.95 shipping to have them shipped to them. I'm going to refund only the $36.99. So they already paid $8.95 in shipping for this pair of jeans. I'm not refunding that back, but I did pay for the return shipping label through eBay for it to get back to me. So they paid half the shipping. I paid half the shipping, right? And that seems really fair because it's not like I messed up. If I messed up on this pair of jeans and listed like the wrong size, or I didn't disclose a flaw and it was my fault, I would pay the shipping both ways. But in this case, they're paying half, I'm paying half. And I'm going to go ahead and throw these in the wash. That refund is already processed, so that's done. I'm going to go back into Nifty right quick here. And I am going to just quickly relist this on all platforms. It'll take just a couple of clicks here. I'm going to go into my solds. I'm going to sort this by recent sales, and I'm going to type in Doer 35 by 30. Yep, that's 34 by 30. And that's these ones, right? Yep. So all I'm going to do, and I can show you this actually. Let me share my screen. This is how easy it is to get something relisted and cross-listed on all platforms. So this is what I've done so far. I just typed in doer at the top here, and I sorted this for sales to sale detected at, so that I can see my most recent doer sale, and that's this one right here, 34 by 30. So I'm just going to click the three dots right here. I'm going to hit copy item. It's going to make a new listing right here with all my same photos, measurements in the photos, everything. And I'm going to relist these at the same price. I had them listed at $39.99. And that's the price I'm going to relist them at. And I just got to change the shipping label here for Mercari and hit list. And those are back up again. So they will be listed now on all three platforms, just like that. I've actually been doing the beta for Whatnot listings on Nifty. So I'm going to cross list this over to Whatnot as well. So all I got to do is put in the condition, which is excellent. I'm going to put men's modern. I'm going to put in the size, which is 34. And I'm going to go ahead and hit list on Whatnot. So now that'll be available on Whatnot in the marketplace as well too. Haven't had any sales yet on Whatnot in the marketplace, but I also just started doing this beta like a week and a half ago. And I'll show you how many total items I have over on Whatnot in just a second. I have a total of 129 items that are cross-listed over onto Whatnot, just because I just got into this beta and I've just started doing it. So yeah, we could see how some of these items, this one right here, didn't get delisted from eBay, but it sold. This IB Cool that we just shipped out, that's because eBay's had those outages. So I'm going to have to go in and double check all these. This isn't Nifty's fault. This is eBay's fault for being down. And I'm going to have to delist items. And now that eBay seems to be temporarily up, it's going to allow me to do that. Same with these ripstop tacticals that just sold on Poshmark. I'm going to delist that item. The good thing is Nifty brings these to my attention when it happens. So if there's an error, I'm going to know about it and I'm going to be able to fix it. So anyway, that's that. I'm going to unshare this. Oops, that's not the right button. All right, we're back. What do you got to do to list on Whatnot? I hope that answers the question right now. That little demo answers the question for you. Tag is like a fingerprint and tells you a lot. That is true. Do you not pay return shipping for doesn't fit? I think we just answered that, so I think we're cool there. All right, I'm going to throw these in the wash. That's it for me. I did pick up one sale on eBay while we've been live here, and so I'm just going to ship that out tomorrow. I'm done enough shipping for today, so that's fine. I will go throw these in the wash. Thanks to everybody for being here. If you haven't hit that like button, if you haven't subscribed or followed yet, I'd love to have you on board for the next one. We do this live every single Monday, right around noontime Eastern time. I'll ship out all the orders from the weekend. I'll be transparent like I was today. I'll tell you exactly how much I paid for items, how long they took to sell, how much I sold them for, what my profit margin is and all that, and answer questions and all that. Thanks to everybody who bought coffee today. We had some new coffee orders coming out. So big shout out to Julie for her first coffee order, to Chris for your first coffee order, Nick for your 50th coffee order. Thank you. Brian for, I think, your third or fourth. Cynthia, thanks for your first coffee order. Appreciate that. And Steven. So a lot of coffee that we shipped out today. I really do appreciate that too. I'm going to leave the link to the coffee if you're just jumping in, you want to check it out. Remember, all these lives are available as a replay on Facebook and YouTube. So as soon as I end this live, if you're just popping in now and you missed the first part, you can rewatch the whole thing, and you can fast forward through my boring ramblings. You can rewind back towards those good sales or those good conversations that you wanted to take note of. But for now, I'm going to say peace. And if you haven't already, check out my new YouTube video. Just dropped it yesterday. It's actually performing pretty well. I drove out to Greensboro, North Carolina for the first time. I hadn't set foot in Greensboro in about 10 years, believe it or not. So went out there, did some thrifting, dropped a YouTube video about it yesterday. I have an interesting history with Greensboro, so I explained that in that YouTube video too. But it was good to be back there. I hadn't been back there for 10 years, and that was almost a really big part of my life at one point in time. So check out that video. I just dropped the link down below in the chat right there. If you're watching on Instagram, you can find that very same link in the profile because you can't click on links on Instagram in the chat. So thanks everyone for hanging out for a little bit today. Hope you have an awesome day. I hope you have a great week of sales. I'll see you again next Monday. I'll have another YouTube video that I'll drop again this coming Sunday that I'll work on editing this week. A busy week of editing, listing. It'll be a fun week, I hope. And I'm getting a chance to do some mock interview stuff with some students up at UNC Asheville tomorrow. So that'll be a fun little change of pace, kind of a blast from the past. I worked in this very office at UNC Asheville for 4 years. So it'll be cool to be back on campus. I haven't visited campus now probably in probably been a couple of years since I set foot up on campus. So it'd be cool to go back to like a place where I used to spend every day of my working life and to be back. It's just something about a college campus. It's got a lot of life, and it's a beautiful campus. UNCA is, but there's just something about a college campus. It just feels like lively. It feels positive. So it'll be fun to be back there. Maybe I'll even take like a little break and sit out on the quad where I used to, like, on a nice day, I'd go take my lunch and go sit on the quad and just sort of enjoy the sounds of campus, the birds chirping, kids walking around, and people playing hacky sack and doing all that kind of stuff. What do they call that? The slack lining and all that stuff like you do on a college campus, throwing frisbees, that sort of thing. Anyway, I'll be there tomorrow. That'll be a little bit of fun. But hope everyone has an awesome week. We will see you again next week. Thank you, Colleen, for that positive energy. I appreciate that. My favorite Goodwill is in Boone, North Carolina. That's interesting. There's 2 in North Carolina, so you'll have to let me know down below in the chat which is the good one to go to. I've only been to 1 Goodwill in Boone, North Carolina, and I went to 1 Salvation Army, I believe, too. But I'm due for a trip back to Boone. I haven't been in a couple of years. All right, everybody, take care. Really enjoyed spending some time with you